What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna do a breakdown of a new song I'm doing. It's called Change because it's a change from my style. So yeah. Without further ado, I'll just show you what the project is. This is also very unscripted because this project is in F minor. And there's a bunch of generators and so basically this project is a mix of brostep, rhythm, melodic dubstep, and color bass. I'm really happy how it turned out. And yeah. I also want to give a massive shout out to the Hypersentis team and all those people, because without them I would probably be still doing my ruckus style. So let's just talk about the intro. So, yeah, here's... Bruh. Okay, that's pretty much it. So, in pattern 2, this is basically just the... So, this uses a serum pluck. It's from Splice. But yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty nice. And then here's the Nexus. It's the Nexus Grand Piano. And then I use plucked, and for some reason it sounds good in a scenario. Some ear candy. Sounds really nice. And then yeah, so I just reversed that, or I reversed the last thing, and then I have this bass. So it's I can't speak. A square wave with so it's OTT, wave shaper, EQ, and a pitch shifter. You'll see this is useful. This is mostly useful for the project. If you want to make the same sub, and then my side chain, it looks like this. Like this. But it works. I use a Panda Ice kick that Big Boy 00 sent me, and then the snare also he sent me. Sounds really clean. So this is from Sampo Focus, and then this is from, This ride's from Big Boy's brostep FLP. I thought it sounded really nice, and then here are, this is also from Big Boy's FLP. I think this is also in Splice. I think it's part of like the, and then I have this too. It's just a oh my gosh, it's just a super saw with a compressor and reverb, OTT, and EQ. Yeah, sounds good. And then with that I have it sounds like that. And then I have this and then Vengeance crowd effect and a sweep up from Ordnance samples. So now that's pretty much it for the intro. So here's the build up. Alright, yeah. So, obviously the crashes from Buried Alive Essentials, I think Volume 2, and then one of my crashes. Or technically not mine, but it uses, and then here's a stab that uses Serum 13 and 14, like from this. Uses those same things. And then here's this, that has this. So what's really cool about this base, Serum 10, I believe. Yeah, so what's really cool about this is that you can modulate the LFO, and it's a really powerful base, and I really like it. And so this is basically inspired by an Event Horizon by X-Core. So it uses, yeah, so it has some of those elements. So the sub, yeah, so the sub has a pitch bend, and so does the bass. So it pitches up. And then I have a bass drum effects from Vengeance. Crowd effects still exist. And then these risers. And then this Virtual Riot one. And then it has a aim and break that gets louder. And then obviously the kicks and stuff. So that's basically it. And also, and then for the pre-drop, has the same fill. And then this, and then it has some chops. So yeah, Big Boy also made this for me. Huge thanks for him. And yeah, and then now for the drop. This is drop number 1. This is like the most goodie packed drop. So I'm gonna just. Yeah. So, let's start with the bro set part. So, obviously, kick, snare. Here, I'll just play the, yeah, and it just loops a bunch. So now, here's the bases. So, for the processing, it uses OTT, Camel Crusher, so OTT, Camel Crusher, EQ, Reverb, EQ again, and then Chimera, and then Resonator. That's related. Yeah, so Chimera kind of brings out kind of that like color-ish sound, and it makes it sound really nice. Yeah, it kind of muffles it and then adds a like some, I don't know really what it does, but it's really nice. So I'm not gonna. So I'll just say this one's a Skrillex Growl. It's from the FLP or the Big Boy FLP. Serum 9 is just the shorter version without the pitch bend and all that stuff. Serum 6 is Bass Glow. It's from the Neostroy presets. And then Serum 7 is like a sustain. And then Serum 15 is the one that has the pitch bend. It's a really cool bass. And then the sub, and then the sub. And then it does that a bunch of times, and then it has this melodic part. This is just from the last bar of pattern 2 with the, yeah. And then this uses the Overwatch bass it's from Ordnance Samples Aura, and it's also in Big Boy's Bro Step sample, or not sample, FLP. Then it does it again, and then it does, and then this is that's pre-drop first. So it uses a sample from Vengeance, but I pitched it down 400 cents, and it uses the same thing. And then so this, it's this, and then for the bass, and then here's the rhythm part. So here are the drums now. So pretty kind of similar. Alright, so the clap is made with the Aura from the Ordnance Sample Aura, and then Big Boy sent me this, but then I downloaded the pack. It sounds like this, but I used the clap from V-Dub, or from Vengeance. It sounds like this, and then I combined it with the snare, and then layered it with the kick. That's where I get that, and then the basses. So first off, Serum Free is obviously the sub. Serum 18 is the rhythm, is obviously the rhythm bass. So it's Serum 18. Obviously it's the Virtual Riot bass, and then the Serum 2 bass is it's from What About Productions. I'm pretty sure Shrine, he sent me this. And then for the melodic part, it does that too with it. And then I forgot to mention about pattern 10. It's a siren thing from Neostra. Yeah, so it's Serum 11. Yeah, it's the ambient siren. So yeah, and then it does, and then it uses this. That's also from my Unpatu but no thing. And then here's the melodic dubstep part. For this, here are the drums. So pretty similar to Bro Step, but it uses the Aura snare. And then I added like a little stop effect because yes, it sounds good. And then here are like some of the basses. Yeah, and then here's the the same from the intro, and then the bass, and yeah, I'm just gonna add everything. And then this bass, that's from the build-up. That's the build-up bass. So yeah, and then it just loops that a bunch of times, and then it adds the plucked bells or whatever. It adds that with that, and then that's it for the drop. So now here's the bridge. I guess it's a bridge part. So it's just. And then it's another build up. So it's basically the same as the last one, but it adds 2 new plugins. So it's Vocodex and Resonator. For Resonator, so Vocodex is right here. Here are the settings. The bass bus is sidechained to that, and then obviously it goes into that. And then Resonator's in the bass, and then it takes in the MIDI out, wherever it is, right here. And then it plays the chords in the stabs in the drop. These it plays the same chords, but then with the bass it adds in the mix and the volume for Vocodex. So yeah, then it sounds good. And then for the pre-drop, this is just the default Citrus preset. And then for this, I made a new drop with the same basses as the oh my gosh, it's the same basses with the same. I made a completely new drop with the same basses with the first Bro Step thing. So it sounds like this. and then it does that, but it's layered with 13 and 14 and the lead. So the saws, yeah. And then it does that again, and then it does this. Okay, so this is the part where it gets pretty funky. So it's layered with the bro step snare, but I took out the tonal part and replaced it with the clap, and then the same with the aura snare. So it sounds similar. So now, so it goes in between from the first rhythm to the first bro step to the first rhythm to the first bro step, etc. And then obviously does that again, and then does the same thing again, and then does that, and then back to the bridge. And then lastly, it ends with the piano part. So yeah, just the same from pattern 2, but then I added 2 more octaves of bass, and then just got rid of the chords from there. So yeah, that's it. Hope you liked the video. I'm not gonna edit this because I just don't want to edit it. I might just add like whatever, but yeah. I'll see you guys later, goodbye.